Hello students, today I am going to teach about lymphatic system. Okay, so in body fluids and circulation, next topic is lymphatic system. So lymphatic system is another circulatory system in our body. One of the circulatory system is blood circulatory system. Next, one more lymphatic system. So in the lymphatic system, different parts are there. Okay, so they are, first one is lymph, then lymph capillaries, lymph vessels and ducts, then lymph nodes. So these parts are present in the lymphatic system. So first of all, we will learn about lymph. Okay, so lymph means it's a colorless fluid. Okay, so it is also nothing but, this is also nothing but ECF, extracellular fluid. So here during circulation, the blood circulation, what will happen? Blood circulation, in the blood circulation, so here the arteries, so here this is about artery, this is vein. Okay, so arteries, they supply the blood to different parts of the body. So here for example, this is about one tissue, any tissue. So here the artery, whenever it reaches to tissue region, divides into many capillaries. These are called capillaries. Small ducts, very small minute ducts are called capillaries. Then again capillaries are joined to form vein. So veins brings the blood or circulates the blood. So here what will happen here, whenever the blood passes through these capillaries, so here the absorption process, exchange processes takes place. So here the filtration process is also takes place here. Filtration of blood takes place. So during this process, what will happen? Except RBC, platelets and large proteins, except these, whatever substance are present in the plasma, they are all diffused into this that space is called extracellular space, ECF, extracellular space. So during filtration process, due to osmotic colloidal osmotic pressure, this pressure is formed by the proteins. So due to this pressure, the fluid is filtered here. So what will happen here? Some amount of fluid is diffused into this space. So that fluid is called ECF, extracellular fluid. Okay, so filtration processes takes place to form ECF, extracellular fluid is formed. Then after that from here the capillaries, lymph capillaries are generated or formed here. So this ECF is diffused into this lymph capillaries. Now that is nothing but, that is called as lymph. So means ECF is equal lymph is equal. So whenever the extracellular fluid is present in the extracellular space, that fluid is called as ECF. Whenever it diffuses into the capillaries, lymph capillaries, that named as lymph. Okay, so this is about lymph. So lymph is a colorless fluid because of here RBCs are absent. So that's why this is colorless fluid. Next, whatever components are present in the plasma, they are all present in the lymph also. Only except RBC, platelets, large proteins. Next, here WBCs are also present. More WBC, more lymphocytes, especially lymphocytes are present in the plasma. Next, enzymes, hormones, excretory products. Next, gases, all are present in the lymph. Okay, So this is about lymph. Next, lymph capillaries. Lymph capillaries. So lymph capillaries is nothing but these are small tubules. They are blunt end small fine tubules, and they are made up of single layer of endothelial cells. Single layer of endothelial cells. Only single layer of endothelial cells are present. From here, the lymph capillaries in the tissue region. Here, artery joined to form vein. The capillaries joined to form vein. But here, one more vessels are formed. They are minute, small, blunt end vessels are formed. Blunt end small tubule like structures are formed. They are called lymph capillaries. So here the lymph capillaries is also made up of endothelial cells, pored endothelial cells. Pored. It has small minute pores. So through the pores, the fluid, this extracellular fluid is diffused into the lymph capillaries. So whenever it diffuses into the lymph capillaries, that extracellular fluid is called as lymph. Next, in these lymph capillaries in small intestine. In small intestine, they called as lacteals. Okay, these are also capillaries, but these especially in small intestine, whatever capillaries are present, lymph capillaries are present in the small intestine, they are called as lacteals. In small intestine, when we see the small intestine internal structure, so these are villi. The finger-like structures are present in the intestine. These increases the absorption area. Next, villi has small micro villi also. So here the villi has high blood circulation. Arteries and veins are present. So in this villi, so this blunt end lymph vessels are present like this. Lymph vessels, lymph capillaries are present. So these lymph capillaries are called lacteals, which are helps in the absorption of fatty acids in the form of chylomicrons. The fat is microns. The fat is absorbed. The fatty acids, the digestion, absorption of fat digestion takes place in the intestine, small intestine. So these absorption materials, they are fatty acids absorbed in the form of chylomicrons. So that's why these lymph vessels in small intestine called as lacteals. Okay, so this is about lymph capillaries. Next, about lymph vessels. Lymph vessels. So here the lymph capillaries join to form lymph vessels. Again, lymph vessels are joined to form larger lymph ducts. These are very smaller, larger lymph ducts are formed. Same here, lymph vessels are also, they have the same structure of veins. So here they also have the walls. Next, the wall of the structure is same as veins. Okay. Next, so in our body, so here extracellular fluid, in tissue region, what will happen? The filtration processes takes place. Extracellular fluid is formed. From this extracellular fluid, some amount of fluid is diffused into the lymph capillaries. That is called lymph. So that lymph, it circulates throughout the body. Again, it poured into the, or it flows into the finally venous system. Again, main circulatory system. It added to the main circulatory system. So here the lymph capillaries join to form lymph vessels. Lymph vessels forms the lymph ducts. So in our body, two main lymph ducts are present. Two main lymph, right and left lymph ducts. Right lymphatic duct, right lymphatic duct, left lymphatic duct. Okay, so here right lymphatic duct collects the blood from right side of the body. Left lymphatic duct collects the collects the lymph from left side of the body. So here the left lymphatic duct is opens into the both are opens into the main circulatory system, means both are opens into the venous circulatory system. So here the right lymphatic duct is opens into the in venous system at the junction between subclavian vein and junction of jugular vein, right jugular vein. Okay, they opens into the subclavian vein and junction between subclavian vein and junction of right jugular vein. Here this one is also opens into the subclavian vein, left subclavian vein. This one is right subclavian vein and junction of jugular vein. Okay, sorry. Left jugular vein. So here left lymphatic duct opens into the junction of left subclavian vein and left jugular vein. So here right one is opens into the junction between right subclavian vein and right jugular vein. Okay, so here the left lymphatic duct is also called thoracic duct, which is the largest lymphatic duct in our body. Okay, left lymphatic duct is also called thoracic lymphatic duct. Okay, so these are lymphatic vessels and ducts. Okay, so here extracellular fluid, whatever extracellular fluid is formed in the tissue region, in this some amount is diffused into the capillaries or lymphatic system. Through the lymphatic system it circulates throughout the body and finally opens into the or finally poured into the main circulatory system through the right lymphatic duct and left lymphatic duct. Next, lymph nodes. So in our body some patches like structures are present. They are called lymph nodes. The lymph nodes especially they have the phagocytes. So these phagocytes they destroy the harmful microorganisms in the lymph. Whenever a harmful microorganisms are enters into our body, these phagocytes they are destroy the harmful microorganisms. So these lymph nodes are also present. Lymph nodes have the mainly lymphocytes and phagocytes, the cells of lymphatic system. Mainly the cells are present which are provide the immunity and also provide the protection from the harmful microorganisms. Okay, so this is about lymph nodes.